Yo, welcome back to the channel, guys. Yeah, before we head straight to this video, I did notice something about this whole video stuff. I noticed that you guys watch it, but you don't give it a thumbs up. You don't like it. So I urge you guys to like it, right? Like the video after you've it won't take any time, just like milliseconds. Just like the video, it's gonna help the algorithm. It's gonna help the video reach to other traders as well. So let's just get straight to it. My technical Thursday previous video, yes, the last, just check it back if you've not seen that one. Check the one I uploaded just a week today. I was talking about I was at this phase of the market. I promised you guys I was gonna show you how the whole trade ended up. So I didn't really even expect this whole impulsive move down. I wasn't really thinking of how it's gonna stop me out, but it finally went down. I posted it on my YouTube community. So this is how everything played out though. So I had the position going down, went down to profit, smashed my take profit, and it kept going down, right? And that was what happened last week. And also on GBPAUD, same thing happened last week. I had the win here. That was the trade I took on my Discord. Yes, I see the trade here. This was the trade. Final TP smashed, so it ended up very nicely. So that last week, those were the only two trades I took on these two positions, EURUSD and GBPAUD, and I left the market because of the NFP and other things which I didn't want to really struggle about, right? Let's talk about everything that happened this week from Monday to where we are currently, right? So this week, right, I've only entered two positions, EURUSD and GBPAUD as normal. GBPAUD entered that on Monday and that was a winner. This was the trade. GBPAUD gave me a very nice 1 to 3 weeks to reward around here. Yes, longs to the upside, just longs 1 to 3. Then the second position was my EURUSD shorts that ended up ranging to hit me out on stop loss. Yeah, it took me out. So basically this was just my journal. This is my journal for this month. I've taken 5 trades, 3 winners and 2 losses, right? EURUSD, we can see the change, the shift in momentum from downward move to a sharp move to the upside. This whole move was as a result of the fundamentals released pertaining the dollar. Dollar has been on the headlines since because of how the inflation is going, rate hikes. Everybody's nervous. Everybody is so inquisitive to know whether the Fed are going to keep tightening their monetary policy, or they're going to loosen their monetary policy, make everything lighter for the dollar, right? So last week Friday, after the NFP result came out, which was very positive, we had the ISM service PMI very poor, 49 points. I think it's 49 points, something like 49.5. ISM services PMI 49.6. That was the lowest since 2020. And you know this PMI measures levels of contraction of an industry. So when there is contraction, it's very bad for that currency, right? And it showed contraction, right? Very bad for the dollar. You can see how everything went up, the dollar went down. That means EURUSD rose. And we entered this week and we had the Fed report Jerome Powell had a speech on Tuesday, and everybody was expecting at least whether he could say anything about releasing or loosening monetary policy or having to make the dollar favorable, and he never mentioned anything like that. That's why we just saw a whole range, right? Today is Thursday and we are expecting to see the CPI release. So CPI release will probably be the thing that's going to move this market right now, but you can just see how this whole thing was ranging, and this ranged because of a reason. For dollar to keep moving, for EURUSD to sell, we have to see dollar strength and there is no form of dollar strength right now, right? So we just ended up in a range, right? That's just fundamentals. EURUSD is mostly moved by fundamentals, and I think I'm getting sick of that, because almost every move that happens right now is fundamentally driven. The downward move, upward move, downward move, everything is fundamentally driven, and that's why the cells that normally on the technical aspects, this should be sell as like correction of this whole impulsive move, then it continued, but it didn't move at all. It just ended up ranging and ranging. So let me explain what I saw in this trade opportunity before I took it, right? So right now we know that after an impulse to the upside, you should be expecting a pullback. I won't be surprised if price later comes back up and have a fall to the downside. I won't be surprised, because it's still around that band, but it didn't happen early enough. So around this whole region, you can see the key level here. Previous days used it as support, broke it, used it as resistance again, used it as resistance again. So price testing back to this whole region here, you can just mark out this whole zone. You can see that that's a really key level. So that I had that key level in my head already. So that was a key level. So what I was expecting was just normal price reactions at these regions to know whether we take short position. And the first reaction we saw was this 4-hour engulfing and market trading back into it and having another engulfing. Upon this candle formation, I had my entry here. This is when I had my entry before it closed. I had my entry, but in 1 hour it had to do close, and I had my entry there. So I was targeting this previous lower high that was broken. So that was my target. But you can see how price kept on ranging. It's range when I kept on holding. Range still hit me out. So I'm following my plan. My plan is to not close your position up until you are hit out of the market. So that was my plan, and that's my plan right there. So any position I enter, I will leave it to play out, no matter how or no matter the condition at all. I'll leave everything to play out, right? So this was the position I entered and it hit me out, right? And thank God this was the second position I was taking for the week. With this, since I trade only 2 pairs and I am not a scalper, I focus on just max taking 3 trades in a week, and I'm also comfortable of also taking only 1 trade in a week. So if I can take 1 trade in a week, I'm okay. If I can take 2 trades, I'm very, very okay. If I can take 3 trades, okay, that's the max I take in a week. So I've taken 2 trades already. This was the second trade, this was a loser, and the first trade was a winner. First trade was 1 to 3 points something or so, and I had this -1 loss. So I'm still up profit for the week, and I guess I'm done already for the week. So not skipping anything because the market is looking very, very toxic right now. A lot of fundamentals. Market is not really giving its normal move. Everything is just ranging. I guess it's just because it's the start of the year and no market direction yet. So that is how I entered this position on the euro dollar. For CPI data, I will just be waiting to see a shift also in market sentiment for this currency pair, because right now it was bearish before the ISM result came out, and we saw it moving, blasting all highs and not even pulling back to any previous higher low. Blasting all. With the CPI data may also change the sentiment, and we might have a bearish sentiment again. But right now we are bullish on the EURUSD, and maybe next week on Monday, Tuesday, I can have a conclusion on what I will be doing on this pair, right? So let's get to GBPAUD. GBPAUD pound Aussie, one of my favorite pairs. Pound Aussie. Last week also, check my technical tools video. Check it. I talked about all these things there. After I took this sell on GBPAUD, I was expecting that price was going to range. I mentioned this in my previous video. The price was going to range in this sort of manner. We have like something like this. Something like this, price pulling back to this previous support, then before it general trend change, then we should see some range before a breakout. this is normal market structure. These things happen normally on GBPAUD, and that is what I capitalized on in the market. So before a range, what I do here is before a range deepens, I've just take the first move of that range, then leave the rest, because others can be very, 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 very toxic. So after I took this sell, I think this was the sell. This was the sell opportunity here. The sell from this region. After I took the sell from this region, I had to take profit hit 145 pips. Look at it here. Join the community. It just hit the take profit and kept on going up. This take profit right now, after it hits, I was expecting market to still come back and range around this region, and what I did was that I left the market to play out and do its thing. I came back on Monday, and Monday was favorable. Remember, on GBPAUD, we are currently sitting down on a key level right now. If you can just use your rectangle and plot out this whole region, you can see that we are sitting on a key level, right? One thing is that I don't like plotting all these things because I already have them in my head. I already know, okay, first key, second, third. Now you see, this is a key level. So before price can actually break through here, we have to see some reactions, and those reactions could be trade opportunities. So having to see this key level, then that's what made me look for long opportunities on GBPAUD. Wait for it to spike down, wait for it to create supply of demand areas, then you pull back to that area. That's where you have your trade opportunity, right? So after the second double bottom here, there was an engulfing here. After that engulfing, what I just looked for, it was a pullback to that engulfing, and you see, as it pulled back, I had my entry right there, and had a target of 102 pips, 3.7 risk to reward on Monday. Luckily, this I didn't even expect it was going to play on very fast on Monday like this, but it played well. Glory, and we had 3.73 in the bag, right? So this is what we had on GBPAUD. Very nice long-in opportunity. So what are we expecting on GBPAUD right now? GBPAUD, as I mentioned, range. We're currently in the range. I won't want to take other ranges trades because it's going to be very, very, very unhealthy. So what I'm going to do right now is that I'll wait for the momentum change, which could be today. The CPI data could help push GA up or push the pound Aussie up. So CPI data today could actually push this or break above all these highs. Then after it break above all these highs, then I could come, yes, I can come back next week and see other opportunities to the upside, maybe longing opportunities or shorting opportunities, right? But right now I am done with GBPAUD on this range. I've taken the trade opportunity on this range. This is just January, and I've had 3 wins, and this January I've had 3 wins and 2 losses. This is very okay for me to be like, I can wrap up my trading month already from this whole trade opportunities. So I am not even bothered if I don't see any position again on GBPAUD or EURUSD, but I know I will see positions on EURUSD, but I'm not bothered. This is already okay for me for a month, because having just 2 losses and 3 winners, that's 3 times 3, that's basically 9, then minus 2, I mean, that's you been up 7 already for the month, and it's very okay for me. But nevertheless, I'll still have myself on the charts. I'll still report other technical tools, so I am meant to keep analyzing the chart for you guys as well. So those are the only 2 positions I've taken, GBPAUD and EURUSD, very fast and very sharp. I'm recording this video for a pre-London today, so Thursday has not really played out. Thursday New York session, so I'll keep you guys updated. Next week we'll talk about Thursday New York session, and Friday also, like that whole cycle repeats. So do it, like this video if you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys in the next. Thank you.